going to read from the trees, and I often read this part of the trees, but I'm just going to read part of the part that I read from the trees. And those of you not familiar with it, this is the list that I have here will be the names of victims of lynching in the United States. Damon Thruff wrote with a number 3 pencil sharpened with his Phi Beta Kappa penknife again and again. He scratched out names on a yellow legal pad. He scratched and scratched. Bill Gilmer, Shedrick Thompson, Ed Lang, John Henry James, Charles Wright, Henry Scott, Arthur Young, George Dorsey, May Dorsey, Dorothy Malcolm, Eugene Hamilton, Paul Booker, James Jordan, W. Watt, Lemuel Walters, George Holden, Will Wilkins, John Ruffin, Henry Ruffin, Eliza Woods, Anderson Gauss, Huey Connolly, Dago Pete, Laura Nelson, William Fambro, Isidore Banks, unknown male. Tony Champion, Michael Kelly, Andrew Ford, Henry Henson, unknown male. Charles Willis, William Rawls, Alfred Daniels, Manny Price, Robert Scruggs, Jumbo Clark, Jack Long, Henry White, unknown male. Reverend Josh Baskins, Bert Dennis, Andrew McHenry, Stella Young, Abraham Wilson, George Buddington, Albert Martin, unknown male, unknown female. Richard Puryear, John Campbell, John Taylor, Ernest Green, Charles Longhead Johnson, Andrew Clark, Alma Major, Maggie House, Nevlin Porter, Johnson Spencer, James Clark, Levi Harrington, Jack Minnow, Albert Williams, Will Brown, Wyatt Outlaw, John Stevens, Perry McChristian, Felix Williams, unknown male. Bartley James, John Campbell, Eugene Williams, Robert Robinson, Bob Ashley, Cleo Wright, Lemuel Walters, Benny Richards, Lloyd Clay, Henry Prince, Jim Waters, Frank Livingston, William Miller, Barry Washington, James Cheney, George Armwood, Sidney Randolph, George Taylor, James Carter, Emmett Divers, Smiles Estes, Jenny Steers, unknown male, 16 adult men. John Peterson, Frank Morris, James Byrd Jr., Albert Young, Fraser Baker, James Scott, Joseph Smith, Francis McIntosh, George White, Zachariah Walker, Tom Moss, unknown male, Calvin McDowell, Elias Clayton, Isaac McGee, Will Stewart, Thurman Thompson, Amos Miller, Jim Taylor, Elwood Higginbotham, Wade Thomas, Nelson Patton, David Jones, Ephraim Grizzard, Samuel Smith, 11 adult men, Angelo Albano, Figueroa Villarosa, Lorenzo Saladino, Arena Salvatore, Giuseppe Venturella, Sanford Lewis, unknown male, Miles Pfeiffer, Will Temple, Robert Crosby, John Heath, Matthew Williams, David Walker, and I stop here because when I publish this book, it says David Walker, David Walker's wife, and David Walker's 4 children. I received a letter from someone in Tennessee familiar with this murder, and she supplied the name of David Walker's wife. So in subsequent editions of the novel, it reads, and I read now, David Walker, Annie Walker, David and Annie Walker's 4 children. George Grant, Raymond Gunn, Henry Lowry, Sam Hose, Jan Hartfield, Bunk Richardson, Lee Heflin, Mrs. Wise, David Tillis, George Hughes, William Shorter, Joseph Dye, Orion Anderson, Allie Thompson, Charles Craven. Well, the fuzz is gone, Mama Z said. As she entered the records room, she observed the open dossiers and Thruff's disheveled appearance. Damon looked up. The FBI lady, Mama Z said. She's gone. She studied Damon's red eyes and then the pages in front of him. What are you doing? I'm writing their names by hand. Damon sharpened his pencil over a white sheet of paper. Mama Z pulled the pad toward her and looked at the list. Why are you doing this? She asked. Well, when I write the names, they become real, not just statistics. When I write the names, they become real again. It's almost like they get a few more seconds here. Do you know what I mean? I would never be able to make up so many names. The names have to be real. They have to be real, don't they? Mama Z put her hand against the side of Damon's face. Why pencil? Well, when I'm done, I'm going to erase every name and set them free. Carry on, child, the old woman said. Thank you.